broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey everyone! Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's after show for Total Divas. We are here talking divas, of course. I am Kaori Takee, and with me I've got Christy Olson.
Hey there.
And next to her, Gabby. Gabby. There's someone missing, Dale, but it's okay. He's around.
We'll introduce him. And Dale.
And Dale. Here we are, Dale.
Dale, and tell him how great he looks.
He won't be talking that much today.
Yes, he's going to be a little quiet. Anyways, we are here talking season 3, episode 13, Twin Peaks. Ooh. Did I get it right? I think I got it right. And it makes sense why it's called Twin Peaks.
Twin Leaks.
Twin Leaks!
Yes, what
there
else would they call it?
See,
Twin Leaks.
I was wrong, and now I'm right. Thank you very much.
We got it.
We got it as a team. All right, guys. So, overall thoughts of this episode?
Ooh, it was another good one, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of drama in this one between Eva Marie and us finding out why she really did go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Finally.
And then some new stuff that I actually wanted to see come to fruition by just watching the real, live shows between the whole Paige and Natalya thing, because I had seen their match where she kind of went crazy on her.
Yeah.
And I knew that was going to be played out on the show, so I was happy to see that.
We actually saw 3 matches on the episode. I thought that was awesome. I love that they're showing more of the wrestling.
And they were really good wrestlers, too.
Yes.
I mean, Natty's solid, and Paige, I love seeing her in the ring every single time. So let's talk about them first. Let's talk about Natty and Paige. Kind of the throwaway storyline. I wouldn't say really, but just compared to the other two.
Yeah, well, we saw them first chatting about Summer Rae in the room. Did you guys catch that right at the beginning?
I was interested.
It was such a fun little scene, and I'm loving Paige more all the time. And I love that she did not let them sit there and talk shit about her girl.
I agree.
Really?
She stood up for her, and that was impressive.
And she just seemed kind of disgusted by the whole thing, which I thought was sort of funny.
I think she just doesn't want to get in the middle of it. And I do respect her for, protecting her girl, but I just don't trust Summer Rae. Granted, she's no longer,
we don't
on
have
the
to look
reality
at her
show.
anymore.
She backstabbed Rosa with the ultimate backstab by going for her man.
Which they never played out, unfortunately.
I still want to see that happen.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying that they never closed that storyline.
Yeah, that's a big one that, that's a huge no-no for every girlfriend out there, and for her to do that and then not have that storyline closed was kind of frustrating.
Man, well, I'm sure Summer Rae will be back, guys. I know how she is.
Yeah. She'll be
Right?
back.
Yeah, well, but Paige has said multiple times, she's mentioned this, that when she first started out in WWE, Summer was the only girl who was nice to her.
Yeah.
I just heard her say that in a podcast, so it must have been really rough for her at first. So good for her for standing up for her girl.
So maybe Summer Rae, the whole her being a bitch is just a fake thing on Total Divas,
I don't know.
Because
I think she has her moments between bitchiness and then also being a friend.
Yeah.
She's fun to hang out with every now and then, but she has her moments where she's a little weird. And you just have to be cautious of them.
I don't know that it's bitchiness so much as just fakeness.
Fakeness, agree.
Yeah, when I've interviewed her, she just comes off as just very, like, she's playing a role.
well, regardless, she has barely any friends on the diva roster except for Paige. And we all love Paige, and Paige has pretty much created this character, which is a phenomenal character. She's like the anti-diva, but yet she has some sort of sex appeal.
Something unique.
And I always like to compare Paige to AJ Lee because they're kind of packaged similarly, but the sex appeal is a little different, you know? So Paige is more, she's out there proving that she likes to be seductive,
Right.
going on top of Natty, licking her, and Natty feels quite uncomfortable and lets it be known that this is not her cup of tea.
And are we surprised that Natty doesn't love it?
Oh, there's a chat roll question. What is the question? Because
We have
I
two
don't
questions.
have
No, I got you.
For that, that's
So
why.
I got it. I got you. Oh, is it not on the YouTube?
It's not on iPhone, so we need to get on iPhone.
I got
Okay,
it. No
let's do
worries.
this.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't.
I'm on it.
All right,
So-
get it, girl.
so-
we love that you guys are chatting with us.
Yes.
Hayward Wong asks, why the hat, Kaori? And 2, Boo69Bs asks, what do you guys think of the stuff with John and Nikki?
Okay.
The stuff with who?
John and Nikki.
All
right.
We are
We're
gonna
get to
there.
that.
Okay, we will get to John and Nikki in just a bit.
Thanks for your
And
question, by the way.
Why the hat? It is freezing in Studio A.
It is freezing. I
It
was
is
going to wear a
freezing.
jacket, but I decided not to.
And now
And 'cause
Gabby's
it
like,
looks cool.
it does look kind of cool, you know?
I like it.
I'm scary. What's up? So, anyways, let's talk about. Thank you guys for the questions, by the way. Keep them coming. Let's talk about Natty and Paige. Do you guys think Natty was kind of overreacting about it?
No.
No.
I think that, as a wrestler, they're all going to have their own styles of how they like to perform and who their character is. So it's kind of complete opposite of her character. And I can understand why it may affect her brand, and make her look stupid while she's wrestling. But essentially, Paige is developing this brilliant character, and I respect her even more for watching this reality show because she's very smart with how she's doing it, and it is getting a lot of audience attention. It's working the crowd. And, she took what Natty said, and instead of, I would normally get mad that she didn't listen, but I think she used it to benefit the
evil
show.
planned it.
I love that.
And I support that 100%. She made a good show, and I'd rather her, instead of be safe, provide us with entertainment.
For sure. And Natty doesn't have a big in-ring personality. All the other girls kind of bring something distinct, and Natty's thing just seems to be that she's a great wrestler. She
She's a
comes out with the
legacy.
moves. Yeah, that's her thing. So I was kind of like, well, Natty, maybe you should get a shtick. Hello, hint, hint.
Yeah.
If you don't like Paige's shtick, then what are you bringing to
I
the
think the
table?
TJ thing is trying to be her stint, but I don't know
She
how
won't
it's
say a
working.
word about it now.
Yeah.
She hasn't said a word about it for the last 3 episodes.
Maybe it'll be coming back pretty soon. But going off what you were saying, I really respect as well Paige for what she did. She's like, all right, Natty doesn't like this. This is a way to piss her off even
Yes.
more and make her wrestle with an extra,
Oomph, yeah.
exactly.
She's got it.
And then Natty came over and just expressed how upset she was that even though she expressed that, Paige didn't listen. And Paige
Stephanie
explained it
McMahon's
so
daughters
well.
aren't going to be able to watch this. What was that?
I mean, the whole show is kind of graphic and sometimes not safe for kids. Who cares?
She's just very like
We're already in the world.
rule booky.
Yeah.
And then Paige, when she explains why she did it, Natty kind of softens up and starts touching her boobs and everything. And I
Oh,
thought that was
yeah. Then
cool.
she went straight for it.
And we've got another chat roll question.
Yes.
All right. So hold on. I lost it. Everyone's talking.
Okay.
So. Oh, here it is.
I should go on the chat roll.
Yeah, you have the iPad. You're
Yeah.
capable.
It's really cool that you
only
guys are
shows up
chatting
on
with
that.
us.
I'm gonna do this. I'm sorry.
I know. I love this new feature. It's
Yeah.
really nice to have that audience interaction with
Tell
it.
a friend a day that we are here and keep us going. Have we lost the question?
Nope. Still looking. Hold on.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, guys, let's move on to the.
Oh wait, before we move
Yeah.
on, I have to tell you guys what I caught during this episode, and I rewound it like 3 times. So from the producer side of me, I realized there was a continuity issue. When Paige, and I know you're gonna realize it, but don't say anything. When Paige and Natty were in the ring wrestling,
Thank you,
her hair was
Gabby.
Natty's hair was a wreck. The next scene was, and this was after Paige licked her, right? The next scene was Natty confronting Paige, but they were coming out of the arena backstage right away to confront it, right?
Yeah.
And Natty's hair was perfectly put back into where it was before the show. So I don't buy that happened right after that confrontation. I think that was producer induced or filmed the next day, and they had to like retape in those outfits because it was a continuity issue.
That's very probable. And speaking
Yeah.
of outfits, I love Natty's new outfit, the one that she's been wearing recently. The shorts.
Oh, yeah, the one that she wears all the
with the
time now.
crop top.
The new one now,
thing.
yeah.
I love how you can tell who's a big deal by how often they get new gear and how
found the
good the new
question.
gear is.
Oh,
right.
what is the question? What's up?
Do you like Paige and Rosa pushing sexual limits on Total Divas and WWE events?
I don't really.
It works for Paige's character.
It works for Paige's
She's doing
character.
the crazy, sexy, cool thing.
And Rosa, it's fine too, but sometimes it comes off as desperate.
Gross. Yes.
Right?
Is this on the reality
Very
show or their
thirsty.
characters?
I think for me, I'm thinking of focusing on the reality show wise. Like Paige, you can see it kind of in matches,
Yeah.
but
But Rose is doing the same thing when she's ringside with Fandango as she is on Total Divas, and that's kind of pushing this whole like.
and I think
like,
it looks
it's icky.
It looks different because I hate to say this, but for me, Rosa's not as she doesn't have as much finesse in the ring as Paige does, and
Right.
so it comes off more just like mechanical when she's trying to be sexual, and
It feels
It looks
forced.
silly when
Yes.
someone's
Yeah.
trying to be sexy, and she just always looks like she's trying hard to be sexy.
yeah.
But I
Instead of just
think
being sexy.
reality show wise, all these girls kind of exude sex. The
Yeah.
twins, especially, like Nikki Bella, let's be real. But I think it's almost why we love watching them, especially the girls.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how the guys feel. Maybe you guys can comment on that. But I mean, I love watching a girl that can be open and just say whatever she thinks
Sure.
and just be a free spirit. It's fun.
yeah.
Well, we're going to see them get a little closer, I think, next week. So we'll probably be chatting more about that after they have a little kissy-kissy on
mean,
next week's episode.
And you think about it, and it's a good point that all of the girls are, they're trying to be sexy, and that's one of the big selling points.
Except
is
Natty.
that, except Natty in her own right, even though she does like. her
She
boobs.
tries to bring it out I think that's the lesson in every episode. Like some wrestler teaches her to open up a little bit more.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to mention Eva Marie because when she first came out on Total Divas and then in the ring, no matter how hot she was, and we can all recognize her as being hot, no one really appreciated her, regardless of how sexy she was, because she was
true.
such a bad wrestler.
I think it's because she didn't feel confident in the ring, and you can like feel that energy off somebody when they're performing.
Yeah.
So it made us feel uncomfortable watching her. If she exuded confidence in whatever she was doing, whether it wasn't on the same level as like a Naomi,
Yeah.
we may still respect it.
Yeah.
Right, and when she's modeling, she's obviously extremely confident.
Right.
So that's the Eva that we're used to seeing and not the one that we were getting in the ring. Then she's gotten a lot better, and we did actually see her get in the ring with AJ
Yeah.
on this episode, which I remember when they did that, I think it was Raw, maybe it was SmackDown. I was kind of like, why and how is Eva getting this big match with AJ Lee? Well, it was for the show. It was for Total Divas.
I'm just like cringing because
and she, you know what? She made a pretty great showing, I thought.
I know, but
It was a short one. It was a short one, but it wasn't. It wasn't terrible.
I don't like my girl AJ losing to Eva Marie. That's all I'm gonna say. Ever.
Little unbelievable for you.
Yeah. It's like, oh, come on. And she does her little kiss of death with, I still don't buy.
Well,
Need
can
some work.
you imagine what AJ Lee thinks of an Eva Marie?
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
They're probably not friends.
That's putting it mildly. You're right. They are probably not friends.
Okay, so let's talk about the best storyline, in my opinion. The lighthearted one was Nikki and John decide to basically have a mini contest,
Girls
decathlon,
versus
whatever.
the boys.
Yes. First of all, I think it's quite ballsy of Nikki to say that she can beat John at anything, and all the divas agree, which piss her off. And they start at Family Fun Center, which is awesome.
Where is that?
I think they have different locations everywhere.
Yeah, there's one in LA.
There's one in LA. I think my guess is they're in San Diego or Florida.
Guess what I'm gonna do on my next Friday night free?
I know.
Seriously.
Maybe
do
John
that.
will come out
Yeah,
and
that's a
school you
great
with the bumper
idea.
cars.
Right? I wish.
Yeah, we should do that with Dale. Like
That would be a lot of fun.
So fun.
different colors, you know? like yellow,
it.
red. I don't know. I'm just making things
And
up.
then whoever wins gets the belt.
Yes.
And
The
whoever
divas belt.
loses
Yeah.
gets a beer poured on their head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my favorite storyline, one of my favorites so far of all the seasons, because John Cena is so freaking hilarious.
Yes.
I mean, I want to see more of John Cena like this.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
he was all decked out in every appropriate outfit possible. He was just being mean and like in her face. And Nikki was kind of getting really upset that she was losing at everything.
She was legit PO'd.
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought she was, just taking it way too seriously. which she eventually admits she did. But what did you guys think of this?
I think she legitimately was convinced that she was going to win. And so that's why maybe she went into it like, okay, yeah, let's do this. But then when she didn't win and when John cheated, of course, in the first round, that's what really set her off, I think.
Yeah.
She wanted to take this.
But I don't
she
think
really
he
thought
cheated.
she was going to.
When she was saying he's cheating because he bumped into her, I'm like, do you not know what you're driving? You guys are meant to bump into
that's the whole
each other.
point of like a go-kart or whatever.
Exactly.
You kind of cut them off and bump them over so you can get in front.
Well,
Yeah.
he usually treats her pretty well, you know, kind of like with the white gloves. And I think she probably just wasn't expecting him to like go so hard at her and really ram into her and try to kick her ass.
But if she's going to
Yeah.
make this big talk about being able to kick his ass, then she's got to accept him doing his best. And I don't even think he did his best. He was just having fun with it.
He was having fun, and honestly, I appreciated seeing the goofy side of John Cena.
sure.
We always see him, you know, playing this hard character who's also a nice guy on WWE. But, you know, we know of his community service and all that stuff, but we don't really get to see him in that element. And I don't know, it was just like really refreshing to see their dynamic together and how cute they were as a couple. It was nice to see why they actually work.
Yeah. Well, there's another chat roll question. I'm in the chat roll, but my thing is slow. So what's up?
Do you think Nikki overreacted to what John did?
I do. I think
What was
so.
the question?
Do you think Nikki overreacted?
Oh, yeah, for
Definitely.
sure. For sure.
I
But
can
that's sort of where I
understand.
know. I mean,
I can understand where she comes from because it is annoying when someone's like bumping into you or not even with go-karts, but like what if you were just throwing the skee ball and somebody bumped into you because they wanted you to not throw it right. It sucks, but at the same time, he's just having fun and it's your boyfriend, so like live in the moment and just like enjoy it. It's not like you're really competing for a title.
I mean, I can see why it's frustrating because not only is he kicking her ass, but he's also just like throwing it in her face
So cocky.
with the outfit.
So incredibly
The
cocky.
comments he says, it's just. I can see why it would irritate her, but I don't think he deserved the beer in his face.
No, that was rude and disrespectful.
I was surprised that she did that. I mean, we don't see her get that rattled that often.
Yeah.
You know, she's pretty cool usually for the most part.
Except at her family, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
But she doesn't do the beer thing. She just doesn't talk.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
And she was so excited that she almost beat him with the beer pong, and then
Close.
it was so close.
I thought she was going to take it.
Yeah, no,
But she let her nerves get to her, I think, because she was so concerned that she was losing. She just lost.
Yeah.
She couldn't get out of it.
Yeah.
Got to get your head in the game, Nikki.
But you know what I did appreciate at the end of the scene? John went up to the bedroom and he asked her, you know, he said to her, I'm sorry if I, you know, made you feel uncomfortable or whatever he said. And I really appreciated that because he was such a man that he took the initiative, even though he had a drink thrown in his face and he didn't yell at her for it.
Yeah.
He went up there
apologized.
and he apologized for making her feel bad.
He's
I
just
was like,
so.
Could he be any
romantic.
sweeter?
And then they probably, you know, got some in that night.
Oh, I'm sure she was like,
makeup time.
At first, when she's like, "You do smell like beer," I wasn't sure what she was gonna say after that, but they
Yeah.
cut it. I was like, "Okay."
Well, I'm thinking that maybe this is all a ploy to bring back the wrestling fans to the Total Divas show. I think that's who they lost in maybe the second season where it's like, oh, everyone's getting married again, everyone's getting engaged again. This episode, we saw 3 matches. John Cena was there almost the entire time. It feels to me like a definite move to be like, all right, WWE fans, tune into E.
I don't know how many adult wrestling fans are fans of John Cena, though.
Oh, well, that's a good point.
You know?
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There was a chat roll question.
Do you like how Paige defended Summer?
Yes, we did answer that question. We love how Paige defended Summer.
Yeah, I can
Shows
respect that.
she's a good girl, you know?
Yeah, that she's a girl's girl.
loyalty, yeah.
Yeah, I respect that because a lot of girls wouldn't say anything, and so that's commendable.
Well, and she's kind of the newbie, and it would have been very easy for her to be like, "Oh yeah, Summer sucks," you know, just to get in with the other girls. And she didn't do that. She's like, "I'll take my one true friend over you." I almost said something bad.
You could have said something terrible.
Over you guys any day.
It would have been okay. All right, so let's talk about the serious storyline of the night. Was that basically Eva Marie has some leaky
serious.
implants, and it is a huge health issue, and she does not want to get it fixed because she has momentum in her wrestling career. Therefore, she thinks it's best to wait. But her husband kind of infiltrates, talks to Mark Carano, lets it be known that her issue is very serious. So she's got to go get that shit fixed. Excuse my French.
Whatever, we're cool here.
Well, do you guys remember when Oos went to the WWE execs about Naomi having a storyline with another character?
Yeah.
He went straight to the heads and said, hey, I'm not comfortable with that.
Yep.
That's
and
different.
I was shocked by that.
Yeah.
That was a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
But you
problem.
think that's different from what Jonathan did? Because Jonathan doesn't work for the company?
I think
or-
essentially, I think Jonathan, in a way, shouldn't have done that. I think he should have fought tooth and nail more with Eva Marie, but his heart came from the right place.
Right.
I think he 100% should have did it, because what if she wasn't able to be convinced and something really bad happened and it cost her life?
Yeah.
Then what are you going to say? I wish I did that?
Well, at least she talked to
true.
the Bella twins to help her realize that it's so important.
Yes.
So
I'm glad they encouraged her to do the right thing, because it's definitely not safe to have silicone in your blood.
And it's shocking to me that these ladies that do have the implants don't know that you're supposed to get them replaced every 10 years. Like,
Yeah.
I would, that would be the last thing in my life I would ever do. And even I know enough about getting implants to know that you have to have them replaced every 10 years. And Nikki didn't know that. That's the reason why Tori Spelling has so many health issues. I
Yes.
mean, ladies, do the doctors not tell them, like, this isn't going to be the first one, guys?
I love how Nikki was like, oh snap, you know? And I'm thinking, I think Rosa Mendez is going to pop any moment now. She needs to be careful.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't know how she wrestles in the first place.
It's just, it's uncomfortable to watch her
uncomfortable, yeah.
wrestling because they're so ginormous.
I mean, there's girls that won't even get on a treadmill anymore because they have boobs and it's uncomfortable to run.
Yeah.
So for a wrestler to have that kind of size and do like flips and jumps and hard impact on the ring, it makes you wonder how they're
be
even
safe.
going. Yeah, it can't be safe.
is Eva planning? Did she got them back in like the other ones, right?
You know, I
she
wish they
definitely
would have covered that more. Like if they would have chosen, if she picked the same size or she decided to go smaller. Usually when someone's having this done on reality TV, they show the whole, you know, how
Yeah,
big do you want to
everything.
be? And we didn't see any of that. And I wonder if she did maybe go a little smaller. It was really sad, I thought, when she said, I wish I never would have gotten them
That
done.
was sad.
That made me cringe a little bit. You know, she was probably what? So she was 19 maybe?
I'm guessing, yeah.
When she got these done. I mean, everyone makes mistakes when they're 19, and
Yeah.
you know how you just don't think about consequences. You can't even fathom the future at 19. You know what I mean? I guarantee you she never thought that this would be a long-term health issue for her.
And it is, but I think they give you. I mean, I've never had breast implants,
Right?
clearly, but
we know nothing about this.
I
but
know. I'm just thinking that, you know, the doctor should have. I imagine I go to a doctor in a room and I'm curious about breast implants, and they give us all these. Okay, these are the warnings. This is gonna pop. This is gonna hurt your skin. You're gonna have this huge recovery problem. I would be really scared shitless.
Oh, for sure.
It is scary. My roommate actually got this done in May, I think it was. And I had to take care of her for like a few weeks. It's scary, and like the things you're not allowed to do. And she was a rebellious girl. She's 23, so she's not really thinking that much. She had a plan to fly out for her birthday, like 5 days later, and you're not supposed to even get on planes.
Oh my
for a
gosh.
few days. So she was just like trying to cut every corner, and
just
it's
to show them off, huh?
yeah. And
I
it's
heard they
like,
hurt.
Girl, you need to be careful
that.
because that's like life or death there. Even it's a serious thing.
And then when we saw Eva Marie being driven to the Roosevelt Hotel with her mom and Jonathan, and they're in the hotel room, and she was complaining about how much it hurts. I thought maybe she might have been exaggerating until I saw her hands and how swollen they were. Did you realize that?
Yes.
I was like, holy
look
crap.
like
You're on
balloons.
drugs, like you can't move your arms past your shoulders.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to lift them.
Yeah, I was like,
I was kind of
wow.
saying like, oh, she's not out of it enough. She doesn't seem like she's in that much pain. Was this filmed later or what's
Yeah.
going on here? But yeah, then I saw the hands and she really looked like she was in rough shape.
Yeah.
You know what I was expecting Jonathan to say when she admitted that he was right by contacting Mark? I expected him to be like, well, she's only saying that because she's on pain medication right now and she's out of it, you know? Like the one time she's nice and agrees with me.
Wait, you think that
up
that
with
he
a lot?
overstepped
Bless
the
his
line,
heart.
right?
Oh, I don't think he overstepped.
don't think
because
so?
I think health is an important issue. I think most of us struggle with it in our careers. We want our careers to be so successful that we kind of sacrifice her own health. But honestly, if it's life or death, like think about it. One split decision could ruin the rest of you.
I fear I would have done the same thing that Eva did. I think when you have worked so hard for something and she kept saying she's finally getting to where she wanted to be. I mean, who wants to put the wrench in that? We all know how hard it is when you're on the grind. And it's not like she wants to be a doctor or a lawyer. Right. It's not like you can go back to work after 2 or 3 months. I mean, it's a big deal to take that time off. And even Nikki sort of dismissing it, I was like, well, but you're Nikki Bella. Of course you could come back. You know, for Eva, it's not quite that cut and dried.
Well, it is because she's on the reality show, so that's her in.
That's what I was thinking too.
That wasn't getting her in the ring for a long time until recently.
At least she's on both salaries. That's nice. Regardless.
Yeah, because the live events are where the money's at. So that's what she wants to be doing. Yeah.
But you know, I was thinking when this was all happening, man, she's lucky because Jonathan just loves her so much that he's willing to get into her hellhole because, no pun intended, because he wants to protect her, and that's something like I think all girls in a way want to be protected. So there was something really commendable about that. I was like, man, he's a good guy because he
takes good care of her.
Yeah, he does. I remember in season 1, I thought, man, this guy's a tool. I don't like this guy. Yeah, and now I'm thinking, no, he's a good guy.
He's a great hubby.
A lot of those guys turned around for me in the past Total Divas.
And Eva, I always say this while watching, Eva kind of seems like the kind of girl who she wants what she wants so much, and she's not the kind of person who ever gets told no. I would never be surprised. I wouldn't have been surprised if she wasn't with Jonathan if you'd hear that she was with one of the big wrestler guys. You know, because she's just it works well for the divas when they date the wrestlers. And so I'm always kind of surprised that she's not with some high profile dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that says a lot about her. And Jonathan is obviously a fantastic guy.
Well, I think she found Jonathan before she had the ability to do that. Because I think if she met Jonathan after, he wouldn't have been in the picture.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
And he takes really good care of her, and he's also has his own like little fitness thing going on.
Yeah, actually, you know, I was just reading online. He has like an MBA. He went to law school. I mean,
smart dude.
Boy does more than just work out.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah,
smart.
I kind of like to browse their Instagrams from time to time. He used to be a fat guy, so he's just proof that you can.
Most fitness people were overweight.
Yeah,
makes me think every day I still have a good chance at getting into that kind of shape.
You're okay.
No, keep muscle.
Working on it,
like
girl.
I want some more shredded.
Okay, I thought you were about to call yourself fat. I'm like,
no, but I mean every girl that's short, especially, is their problem areas because shorter doesn't really help you.
Well, and we even saw Eva got on herself for having gained a few pounds.
Which and going on predictions, that's going to be in the next episode. Body issues.
Yeah. Well, anything else about this episode? I mean, I feel like there's so much, but we're just...
Well, you know, one thing I've been sort of meaning to say, it's interesting how Ariane is just playing the role kind of in these episodes as Eva's sidekick. You know, we're not really seeing her and she's doing a lot. She's making music videos and she's releasing albums. She's doing a lot on her own, and they're choosing not to show that for some reason. I think sometimes too much Ariane is a little bit too much.
Maybe she's fizzling.
Well, it certainly seems that way. And also, isn't it weird that this Eva-Ariane friendship kind of came out of nowhere? Right? I mean, they sort of went from Ariane was showing Eva's naughty pictures to everyone, essentially trying to get her fired, and now they're BFFs. I just wish we would have seen more of the friendship progress than just all of a sudden Ariane's going to the doctor with her.
I think that progression was in the confessional room when they said, oh my God, we came such a long way from where we started. And that was the restart of the
that was
friendship.
just supposed to be enough for us.
Yes. I'm okay. I personally, I don't need to see the relationship develop. I'm glad that they kind of fast forwarded through that because I don't see how interesting that could have been.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, so...
All right, it was probably Eva just forgiving her and just kind of eating crow and being like, all right,
I mean,
we're Cali girls, let's be
everyone
friends.
hated Eva Marie at one point. Summer Rae was... Eva Marie was the Summer Rae.
That's true.
A while
and
back.
now we love her.
I think that's why Paige had such an issue when she first came in, because the girls kind of are territorial with their business, and any newbie that walks through the door, whether they've been on NXT for a minute or whatever, they kind of have to sorority rush them in. I feel like before they can be their bud.
That's how we girls tend to be.
It's unfortunate.
Right, that's not just the diva.
It's unfortunate, but because I'm like a girl's girl, so that would really bother me.
Yeah.
I don't like drama.
I don't like drama either.
But if there is drama, I'll totally stand up to it.
You know what's funny? It's like
Well, these girls always say they don't like drama too. We hear that every other soundbite.
Yeah.
Do they say?
I hate the drama. I try to stand at the drama.
But then they're always like, let's start the drama. Let's start the drama. Okay, let's talk about predictions real quick.
Ooh.
All right, so because you had some, right?
Yeah, the body issues on
Your AFTERBUZZ TV.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see her kind of questioning, what she thinks about her body, and it looks like they kind of go to a drawing class or something,
Like
or
a psychologist,
like maybe a psychologist. And I think Eva draws what she looks like, and Ariane draws what she sees Eva as.
Oh.
And that's why one's like kind of chunky, and the other one's like skinny and fit.
Yeah, and it's
Oh
so
my
touching
God.
when
Like lean
Ariane is crying.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think Ariane might have struggled with an eating disorder. We might have known that.
That's so
And I think
scary.
she's kind of sad for Eva.
We should do that
need to see
after
that.
our family fun center thing.
Draw each
go to
other.
the
I
body
like that
psychologist.
idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah, we should do that.
Except
have
what
some
if you really
predictions
are
from the
big
chat
and,
roll.
like, that's not funny.
Okay, predictions from the chat roll.
Kaori, did you not think that was funny?
You yourself small.
I said, well, what if you really are big and you go to a therapist and then like you find out both pictures look the same?
I would be sad and then happy.
I
But
think that's only a good idea for certain people.
Yeah, right.
we do have a prediction from the chat roll. So what are the predictions?
All
All right, so
fans think.
Joseph Boza thinks Ariana won't be back for Cycle 4. What does she bring to the show since the second half of Cycle 3?
Vinny. No,
Nothing.
I miss Vinny.
Are they still together?
I'm sure.
I've been meaning to look on Twitter just because we're not seeing him on here
I
and
think
stuff.
they
He is
are.
such a sweet guy.
I
Oh
know.
my God, he's so in love with her. His
All of these
life
guys
is
are in
all
love with-
about her.
Good for them. They found the right people. That's what you need. A
That's
guy
what
that's
you
like
need.
obsessed with you.
You do. Okay.
Like, treat you right and everything.
Well, that's one thing that
Obsessed
kinda-
might be a
No,
word.
obsessed in a good way. Not like a, Lifetime movie. Let's put it straight.
Well, that's one thing that makes me wonder about John and Nikki. Is that they're both such huge personalities, and we saw that on this episode, kind of going against each other. They're both such huge personalities, and the other girls have these. I'm sorry,
I was like, real funny.
I should have just let it go. We're laughing now. Give us a moment, and then we'll talk.
All right, now be serious.
But the other girls have like their Jonathan and their Vinny and their guy that kind of sticks in the background, and I just don't quite see how these big personalities work together.
There's only one that doesn't have that is John Cena. I mean, he's really good to her, but he still is like, no.
He
At the end of the day,
overshadows
it's going to
her.
be me.
Yeah.
You can sense that. Or the other guys are, at the end of the day, it's about her.
Right.
So, and that's probably what you mean by you want a man that loves you like that.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like the right type of guy to have around. You can trust them.
Yes.
They're good.
Jonathan, if you have a brother.
Yeah, that's true. She's very fit. Let's talk about some gossip because you had some, right?
Yeah, a little bit of news.
Okay.
So Nikki, poor Nikki, tweet her your condolences, everyone. She has a strained hamstring. She will not be wrestling for the time being. At the last match, she was supposed to go head-to-head with Natalya, and Brie had to step in for her, and Brie won that one. But so Nikki, she has her leg all wrapped up, and we know she's had some other trouble with her shin. This is apparently a long-standing injury from some high school soccer stuff. So let's cross our fingers that it's nothing too serious.
Is it wrong of me to be worried about the Divas belt right now? I'm just like,
I just love that Nikki has it, and I don't want her to lose it.
once
over an
again,
injury.
right now, like all of these championship belts, they are just sitting there in limbo, and I'm just so frustrated.
The Royal Rumble's coming, girl. Wait for it. Wait for it. And I don't believe any Divas matches have been announced for the Royal Rumble.
Well, now that she's
Correct me
injured,
if I'm
how are they going to do
wrong.
it?
So
They can't do
that's a
no
good
twin magic.
question. I know.
I mean, that's a
I
big
don't want her
difference.
to lose it, guys.
Really?
I
kinda do.
do. You do.
On a wrestling
Who
standpoint,
would you like to have it?
I would like Paige to have it again. Naomi,
Yeah.
definitely Naomi.
Yes.
Naomi,
She does need her
please.
chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
She's not on the show, so why don't you guys just give her the belt? Just pass the buck.
And she's had these great mixed matches with Foxy and The Miz and Mizdow. Those have been some fantastic matches. Those two can really throw down. Trinity and Foxy.
I think I would actually love to see. It's about time to maybe. I know there's not a lot of divas on the roster, but maybe have a tag team female division would be interesting as well. Or or even have men back them up the way they go as their superstars valets. I would like to see that reversed.
Yeah, how Tyson's been doing a little bit, but not in a
the
douchey way,
dick
not in a
way,
jerk way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one more little blurb. Rosa, it has been confirmed, will appear at WrestleMania with Bandongo. She says she is, quote, hoping for a mixed tag match That, of course, has not been confirmed. And if that would happen, it would be some sort of pre-show or access thing.
Why?
It's
But
gonna
at least she'll be at WrestleMania, so
There's gonna be a
they're
lot
gonna
of
bring her along. You know, all the other girls have to be there for sure.
And I just know there's going to be a lot of sexual stuff going on with her. And what I only saw part of the preview for next episode, kind of going backwards to predictions here because my DVR cuts off. But what do you guys think of this whole idea of Rosa trying to come on to Paige?
It's an attention ploy. This
so
is exactly what we were
weird.
saying before. Thirsty, desperate, obvious. Stop. It's icky. Icky.
I think she doesn't know what she wants because she's so like upset she's not with a boyfriend right now. She's just going after anything, you know.
Yeah.
And she hasn't had the greatest luck with men, admittedly.
Yeah.
She's been in some
that's true.
tumultuous relationships.
She's turning
but
to girls.
I don't think it's legitimate. I think she just knew it would be a huge storyline.
But it looks like she walks out on Paige and Paige is like, I hope we can still be friends.
Yeah.
That was my worst English
It's gonna get
accent ever.
weird.
Yeah.
It's gonna get weird, y'all.
Yeah. But this past 3 episodes, or has been 4 already, 3 episodes have been really solid. I've been really enjoying the return of the season 3. So
I know I was worried after season 2. And
Yeah.
now we're back. We're good.
it's just really good. So that being said, that completes our after show. Thank you for joining in the chat roll. If you guys are watching the playback, join the chat roll live 5 p.m. Mondays at AfterBuzzTV.com.
Oh, also when you're watching, please tweet with hashtag ABTV Total Divas.
Okay.
We can read your
Yep.
tweets on air. We'll know what you're saying, and we'll have your questions prepared ahead of time.
That's true.
So please tweet with us too. I'm always tweeting on Sunday night watching the show.
Yes, and you can actually tweet throughout the week. During the show, we can live tweet as well. Keep that going. And in the meantime, where can everyone follow you guys?
Oh, hit me up at Christy Reports.
You guys can find me on Instagram at GabbyLO87 and FitFabDaily, and also Twitter at Gabrielle_Loren. Unfortunately, I won't be here next week because I'll be at Sundance. But I'll see you guys the week after.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you, Gabby.
Yeah, enjoy the show.
Yeah, something tells me you'll be having a good time. It'll be all right.
I know.
A lot of guys will be obsessed with her at Sundance.
But if I don't have the chance to watch Divas, I don't know what's gonna happen, you guys. Seriously.
Well, don't read my Twitter.
I can call you and just be silent until something big happens.
Oh yeah,
This just
I'll
happened.
listen. I'll listen to it.
And you can follow me at KORIOUS on Twitter as well as Instagram, and the whole entire team at AfterBuzz TV. And we'll catch you guys next week for some more.
Thanks for watching.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. Just me. Just me.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.